So yeah, just gonna be continue working on continue the previous video and going through the different features available in here. So if we look to the right hand side, this column over here is a uh, lot of things you can do with it. Mostly like you can create a new document with it, and open an existing document. If you want to save it, it would save whatever you have been working on. You can definitely print it. You can import the bitmap or SVG image into this document. You can import it or you can export it. So these are the things. You can actually do the same thing if you go over here on the file and then do these kind of things. So they have made it more accessible by putting all of them in this column. You can definitely undo it, Control Z, and if you wanna, if I do Control this one, I'm just gonna see if Control Y works. So if I do Control Z and then Control Y, yeah. So again, you can do the Control Z in order to undo something, and you can use Control Y in order to redo something, right? And then copy selection from the clipboard. So you can actually copy the selection from the clipboard and cut selection from the clipboard, paste object from the clipboard. What happens if I do this one? I just moved it over there. So you can copy it, and I need to check on this one that if I am able to. Let's actually do it right now. Let's just go to our draw and see if we can copy from this software directly to another software. So for this one, if I copy the selection from the clipboard, wait 1 second, let me just copy it now. Can I move it? Yes! Wow, amazing. So yes, you can actually do the copy. So first you have to do the selection, right? So you will say Control A, and then that would select everything, right? So Control A would select everything in the document, and then you can Control C or this button over here, and it's gonna copy everything, and you can paste it over here in a new document or in a different software. Now we have different zoom buttons in here. One is to zoom to fit selection in windows. So this is gonna zoom, right? This is gonna be zooming wherever we have the wherever we have the well, let me just do this thing. So if I have just one big square in here and I click this, so what it did, it is like it zoomed to whatever part of the document has any content in it, so it just zoomed that content. But if you wanna zoom to fit the page, you can press this button in here. Okay, what else? This is center page, so it's gonna center it somehow if you have moved it. Move the page somewhere by pressing Control and the mouse wheel. You can actually move it around, and if you press this one, this is gonna center the page again. Duplicate selected object, create a clone, cut the selected clones links to the originals, turning them into standalone object. Wow, that could be useful too. Okay, group selected objects. Oh, we're gonna be working on that one by grouping the objects and kind of treating them like doing one thing on multiple objects at a time. And then we can ungroup the selected objects again. This is edit objects, colors, gradients, and those kind of things. I wanted to cover this arrow key. Sorry about that. I wanted to cover this arrow key. So if you select that, you can actually change the text and font, layers and objects, XML editor, selector, and CSS, align and distribute, document properties, and preferences. So if you go to the preferences, so this is the preferences. Like you can actually do a lot of tweaking in here, how the skiers, like what are the different things you can do. These are just the preferences how you wanna do that. But document properties, right? So if you go to the document properties, you can actually change the size of the size of the document. So you can, right now it's A4, you can actually change it to different other documents. You can make it select a logo, and it's a long list. You can go through all of them, and then you can manually put the width and the height in there, and the units in there. But remember, if you do that, if you make it very big and you figure out like you're trying to put something in there and it is not putting in there, so it could be because you selected inches and the document is so big that when you are trying to put things in there, you won't be able to see that. So just make sure that unless there is a reason for that, or you are trying to make a thumbnail, just make sure, double check what are the units in here. Okay, the guides. So the guide color and the highlight color, you can change that one. Grids, color, scripting, metadata, and license. Okay, that is nice, and that's all I wanted to cover in this video.